我是史考特，台湾出生，13岁移民美国，曾经对人生非常的困惑，生活也过得差强人意。直到34岁那一年，突然接触到灵修和量子物理的知识，将它们应用于工作和生活之后，人生终于有了明显的进步。现在我担任美国上市企业执行业务总监，管理最高业绩团队，同行业绩全球冠军，同时也担任南美洲古老萨满仪式神圣草药的协办人，引导上百人参加灵性仪式。这个 podcast 是记录对我自己最有帮助的一些概念，如果这些概念对你也有益处，欢迎一起分享，请搜寻史考特给自己的笔记。
Hello， 各位通勤家族朋友们，我是John老师。你想利用通勤时间或生活空档提升英语能力吗？如果答案是 yes， 那么现在正是改变的时刻。15 minutes today 通勤学英语自去年底推出了订阅制，到现在已经帮助了400多位订阅户，让他们的听力与词汇量每天都更加进步。这是因为我们订阅制打造了独一无二的沉浸式英语学习体验。无论是想突破听力瓶颈，或者是渴望词汇量的提升，都有相对应的 VIP 会员方案。你想要事半功倍的提升你英语水平吗？如果答案是 yes， 那么别犹豫，立刻加入通勤学英语 VIP 会员，与我们一同在英语的路上前进吧。Hello and good day. You are now listening to 15 Minutes Today, the podcast that helps you improve your English on the go the most natural way through listening and speaking. Guys, thank you for joining me on this lovely Monday. Every Monday, right here on 15 Minutes Today, we do a shadowing activity with me, John. And if this is the first time that you've joined us, welcome. Every Monday, I will cover a current event.I'll read it through together with you, and I will cover the highlights as well as the main article and also the keyword drills that comes after. We will cover all the difficult to pronounce keywords from this article. And in the next 10 to 15 minutes, you will be listening to this article for the first couple of times, and you can repeat it. And from there, you can choose another time during the week when you have time for your secondary practices. And then as you practice, either you do casual listening or you go on to reading out loud. And of course, I highly recommend shadowing techniques. And shadowing technique is where you take the article and you listen to the audio clip and you shadow the article along with me. So you say whatever you hear. And you can also use the transcript to help you in this reading process. So all these practices only take 10 to 15 minutes of your time, and you will see that after a few weeks of practicing like this, sparsing your practices out, you will become more comfortable with the language and help you improve to digest and also improve your fluency. So how great is that? Only 10 to 15 minutes a day. That's all you need. And you can do this while you're waiting for somebody or while you're on your coffee break. Just 10 to 15 minutes. That's all you need. So guys, today we are going to be reading about South Korea. And I specifically chose an article that's related to the economic situation in South Korea, where the government has taken big steps to revive the economy by cutting the interest rate. So if you are in finance or if you are a person who knows a lot about finance, this is the article for you. For those of you who's not big into finance, don't worry. These are some of the things that you can take as casual listening. You don't have to practice this if this is not something that's strongly related to what you do from day to day. So let's check out the highlights. Our first highlight.The Bank of Korea has cut its key interest rate to 3.25%, marking the first reduction in over 4 years, in an effort to stimulate South Korea's sluggish economy. Next highlight. The decision was influenced by slow domestic demand recovery, stabilizing inflation, and a cooling housing market. But the BOK remains cautious about further rate cuts. Next highlight. While aiming to boost economic growth, the BOK is balancing stimulation with financial stability concerns, particularly regarding household debt, and will continue monitoring market conditions closely. Looking at the highlights, you guys, we can tell that the Bank of Korea, BOK, has cut its key interest rate to 3.25%. And in Taiwan, we know our interest rates are much lower than that. So this is obviously a cut, and this is a cut, the first reduction in over 4 years for Korea. So this tells you that when you cut interest rates, it's because the economy needs to be stimulated. Stimulated meaning given energy. And here, South Korea's economy is considered sluggish economy. So sluggish meaning slowing down. So this is the same with the US, where they found inflation to be high or moderate, but they see some economic indicators seeing a slowdown in the economy. Therefore, they are going to cut rates. All right. So guys, now let's move on to read the article in full. South Korea takes bold step to revive economy with interest rate cut. South Korea's central bank, the Bank of Korea, BOK, has made a significant move to stimulate the country's sluggish economy. The BOK cut its key interest rate by 0.25 percentage points, bringing it down to 3.25%. This marks the first rate reduction in over 4 years, signaling a shift in the bank's monetary policy. The decision comes after a long period of rate increases, which began in August 2021 and saw the rate climb to a 15-year high of 3.5% in January 2023. The decision to lower interest rates comes as South Korea faces mounting economic challenges. The BOK cited a slow recovery in domestic demand and a sluggish pace of economic growth as primary reasons for the rate cut. Additionally, the bank noted that inflation has shown signs of stabilizing, with the consumer price inflation easing to 1.6% in September, below the policy target of 2%. This economic environment provided room for the central bank to take action without risking excessive inflation. The cooling housing market in the Greater Seoul area also contributed to the decision, as it has led to a slower increase in household debt. Despite the rate cut, the BOK remains cautious about further reductions. Governor Ri Chang-yong described the move as a hawkish cut, indicating that the bank still favors relatively tight monetary conditions. The central bank is keeping a close eye on various factors, including the recovery of domestic demand, economic conditions in major countries, and trends in information technology exports. The ongoing crisis in the Middle East also poses potential risks to fuel prices, exchange rates, and public utility costs, which could impact the country's economic outlook. These uncertainties underscore the need for careful monitoring and potential adjustments to monetary policy in the future. The rate cut is expected to have far-reaching effects on South Korea's economy. It aims to encourage borrowing and spending, potentially boosting economic growth. However, the BOK remains vigilant about the potential risks associated with household debt, which has been a concern in recent years. The bank projects South Korea's economy to grow at 2.4% this year, down from 2.6% in 2023. As the country navigates these economic challenges, the central bank's decision reflects a delicate balance between stimulating growth and maintaining financial stability. The move has been welcomed by government officials, including Financial Minister Choi Sang-mok, who sees it as a positive step towards revitalizing the economy. However, the BOK has indicated that it will continue to monitor the situation closely and make decisions based on the stability of financial markets, suggesting a cautious approach to further rate adjustments. Let's move on to the keyword drills. Our first keyword, sluggish. Sluggish. A slug is a snail without a shell, and sluggish means moving like a snail. Example sentence: The decision to lower interest rates comes as South Korea faces mounting economic challenges. The BOK cited a slow recovery in domestic demand and a sluggish pace of economic growth as primary reasons for the rate cut. Next keyword, relatively. Relatively. Relatively means in a relative manner, by comparison to something else. Example sentence: Governor Ri Chang-yong described the move as a hawkish cut, indicating that the bank still favors relatively tight monetary conditions. Next keyword, uncertainties. Uncertainties. Uncertainties refers to future events that you are not sure of. Example sentence: These uncertainties underscore the need for careful monitoring and potential adjustments to monetary policy in the future. Next keyword, associated. Associated. Associated also means linked to. Example sentence: However, the BOK remains vigilant about the potential risks associated with household debt, which has been a concern in recent years. Last keyword, revitalizing. Revitalizing. To revitalize, that means to give energy to something again. Example sentence: The move has been welcomed by government officials, including Financial Minister Choi Sung-mok, who sees it as a positive step towards revitalizing the economy. And guys, that is the article. And thank you for shadowing along with us today. I hope you enjoyed this topic. Whether you are into finance or not, it doesn't really matter. Sometimes some of these topics are just not what we are interested in, but you can always use these articles as a way to extend your vocabulary. And if you are interested in articles like this where you can shadow along, we've got a VIP membership program where we offer a wide range of members-only content that was recorded over the whole past year, as well as while you are staying subscribed. So guys, go check our VIP membership out. The subscription is a good deal for people who's really interested to improve their listening and their speaking. So thank you for joining me today, and I will catch you in the next episode. Good job, and thanks for tuning in. 想要收听更多过去的跟读单元以及节目，欢迎到我们官网 www.15mins.today。有兴趣 John 老师以及其他资深英语老师对谈的节目，记得周末也要回来收听我们通勤学英语。Catch you in the next one.